Hello, I'm Pocketwatch, and this is Watch Pocket Gaming. Yes, it's a terrible pun and I need a better intro. Let's go. Alright, it has been some time since I made an Awesomenauts video. Had a couple of patches happen in the interim. The most recent of which, of course, introduced the new stats screen, profile and stuff with additional stats. So one of the reasons that I wanted to make a video out of this game is because the stuff that I managed to do in this game is not showing up in the stats. First kill. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get anything out of that invis at the start, but I was able to just come around behind Ted and trap him there. Yeah, because the new stats screen will show your most kills in a single match, and I got that in this match, but it doesn't show up. So I figured I'd make a video instead. There appears to be some serious lag here. And yeah, so I'm playing as Yuri here. To be honest, I don't think I'm that good of a Yuri. Like, as with, I think, a lot of Nauts, I know basically what I think I should be doing, but I can't necessarily do it that well. Though, obviously it's worked out so far in this match, but I think I messed some stuff up later on. I don't know, I think part of it is that I don't necessarily know my boundaries, so I'll kind of come too far forwards and get myself killed as a result. Ooh, invisible Ted there. I was just wondering why I didn't drop a mine on him. It's because he was invisible and I didn't know he was there. Right, what's going on? Okay, right. So yeah, not much on the turrets thus far. Kind of to be expected this early in the match. Sentry Piggy Bankton has got both stages of regen already, which is pretty good for Sentry. Early lifesteal on Coco, which I don't necessarily agree with, because it's not that effective until you've already got damage. Early Starstorm statue on Ted, I definitely don't agree with that. Because, yeah, okay, it applies to everything, but it applies very little to anything if you don't have other damage upgrades. So it's better to pick what do you want to do more damage with. Probably your auto attack if you're playing Ted. Upgrade damage on that. Sure why I didn't hit my time warp there. Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing stupid stuff here because I'm not that good at Yuri.
No, it's not that. An enemy has been killed.
Whatever else? Yeah, I started with.
No, it's not that. Enemy has been killed.
Mines and boots, and now I have time warp. Yes, that's the name of that thing. Now picking up damage. Of course, this is one of the things in the current patch that they changed it. They changed a bunch of stuff, so assorted damage upgrades only apply their extra damage against enemy Awesomenauts. And so, of course, Yeah, couldn't catch Sentry there. So of course that's the thing with Yuri's mine upgrades. The big damage is only against Nauts, whereas the 3 stages of less damage applies against droids as well, which is why I bought them first.
No, it's not that. An enemy has been killed.
I feel like I'm being a bit slow on the uptake with some of these. Like, when Skolder threw Coco there, I was a bit slow to hit the warp and the mine, and, you know, we still got it, but... I mean, you know, I watch a fair amount out of Awesomenauts streams, so I'm used to watching some pretty decent Yuri play, and now I'm watching my own. It doesn't compare. Ah, yes, of course. Sentry has laid a beacon, so naturally I want to mine it up. Not quite enough to kill it, sadly. Yeah, that was really a bad spot for me to be in. I should have probably backed up on as low health as I was.
Please prevent further damage to company property.
It's annoying. Of course, an oddity with replays is that when Nauts have been in Sentry's black hole, they go kind of purple until they die. Now that could have turned out badly for me if Ted's teammates had actually turned up to help him, but since they didn't, obviously I was fine. Because, you know, I kind of had him trapped in there, but if his teammates had come round behind me, as indeed Coco did, just she came too late, if she'd come around a bit earlier than I would have been... Actually, no, wait, I wouldn't have been trapped because I could fly. I could have just gone up the shaft in the middle, so... Yeah, it was maybe a reasonable play, I guess. Of course, Yuri can have an advantage in body blocking, in that, you know, most Nauts, if they want to body block someone, they have to try and jump at the right times, or otherwise your opponent who you're trying to body block will just jump over your head. Yuri can be constantly flying, so he can just be at the right height, just kind of in the middle, so that he's too high to be jumped over, but too low to be walked under. Yeah, this really looks, in comparison with...
Explain this to our insurance firm.
In comparison with the play of good Yuris that I sometimes watch on streams, this really looks like I don't know what I'm doing. Which I suppose might explain why I'm 1-3. Although it's not like I've been completely useless to my team.
No pain, no gain.
Maybe I should add in the kills, deaths, so I can... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, my team are doing well, and that may be partly because of me. I guess I'm helping, but... despite our kill advantage, that's a lot of money that I had. Despite our kill advantage, that turret's gone down. To be fair, I mean,
it's not that.
Coco
Has been killed.
can push pretty well. At least she can do a decent amount of turret damage if she gets up to the turrets. Ted, likewise, he does a lot of damage to turrets and indeed droids. Sentries just difficult to approach. Sentry, yeah, no. 1-1. Okay. Of course, having picked up flash forward, Sentry's black hole is no longer really a threat for me so long as I have my time warp available. On the other hand, he can just walk onto mines for a controlled charging up of the black hole. And I forgot that Sentry can just go straight back up, and therefore didn't have to come down and land on the mine. And meantime, Ted just pushed our turret while we're ignoring him.
Has been killed.
Yeah. Yeah, I possibly... Well, for one thing, I definitely should have called for help there, and maybe Coco would have turned up sooner and possibly killed Ted before I died. I probably shouldn't have stayed in there so long. On the other hand, Yuri's not like the fastest of Nauts. He's mobile because he can fly, but that means like his best means of escape. Switch back to me. His best means of escape generally is up, which doesn't work so well on Aguillon. Where we are, of course, because it's all kind of cramped corridors, low ceilings. Oh, I bought banana. I got a late piggy bank into banana. Yeah, obviously the principle that I'm working on, I think, is basically that if I now get stuck in a black hole, I can use Bubble to fly out of it. I can also use Bubble to just heal up. And also, I suppose if I get stuck next to Ted, then I can... Can Yuri out DPS Ted? He might be able to, actually, fully upgrade it. On the other hand... see, this is the thing. I'm not as familiar with some of the mechanics of Yuri, but I think knockback, if he gets knockback, it briefly switches off his jetpack, but you firing your laser stops you falling, so like that's not such a big deal. But see, I might have been in a bad spot there if Coco hadn't knocked me back to safety. But I think the knockback on Yuri also, as well as briefly switching off the jetpack, And Coco's stuck. And yeah. One should not underestimate the Yuri laser DPS. Even though, as I've been trying to say for like 2 minutes or whatever, I'm pretty sure the laser gets interrupted by knockback, so since it starts at a lower amount of damage and then charges up to more.
What I think about the war? I think we should win.
I've been needlessly cautious there, and I'm pretty sure I meant to drop that mine down into the middle, not just leave it on the side there. Not a great Yuri. Yeah, I mean, this, like, Banana is a ridiculous upgrade. It's fairly ridiculous that Yuri can do stuff like what I've been doing. Bubble didn't quite come back off cooldown in time there, but yeah, it's fairly ridiculous that Yuri, as a support, can do the kind of stuff that I've been doing, where just kind of sit there and tank enemies while out DPSing them with the lifesteal laser.
Execute function. Control shift.
And so, I mean, this is why a lot of people want the upgrade to be replaced. But since it is currently in the game, I'm using it to do ridiculous things. And I mean, also it really kind of helps because one of the things that Yuri can already do with Time Warp is kind of use it to body block and trap enemies, because he's a physical obstacle, plus they're slowed, so it's more difficult for them to get away.
One enemy has been killed.
And obviously the lifesteal just feeds into that, because it means that he'll stay on reasonable health while he's doing this. Where am I up to in my build? Yeah, I've got the big mine damage, and obviously the big laser damage I got a while back. And see, this is the thing, like, that's kind of a reversal of what one might normally expect. Normally, Ted walks up to Yuri. Yuri probably wants to run away. There, Ted walked up to Yuri, and Ted had to run away. There, that was a bit too much, even for the ridiculousness that is the banana. Couldn't stand up to the entire enemy team bursting me down, but yes, and I'm picking up last stage of damage and duration on my mines. Oh yeah, I'm still in the drop pod. And I mean, for a while recently I've been going for cooldown on mines rather than duration, but in this instance, well, 'cause the thing is, with cooldown, basically, a lot of the time I like it, so it's just essentially ensuring that I always have a mine available when I want to kill someone with one. But here, like, I figure I want to be doing the bulk of my damage. Well, no, not doing the bulk of my damage, but like I figure since I've gone heavily for laser, it doesn't necessarily matter as much if I don't instantly have a mine, because I've got the bubble and the laser, and that's been working out pretty well for me.
I think we should win. No battle.
So instead, just have duration so that the mines can hang around as more of a deterrent. That was very nice. Throw from Skoldir. Bringing them both over. Yes, Sentry has also got duration on his mines. That's why there's such a big wall of them. Which pretty good choice, to be honest. Because I mean, you know, against Team Comp we have Coco kind of wants to get in close. Skoldir has to get in close really to do damage. Yuri, you know, well, I suppose I could get laser range, but it's not necessarily going to be far enough.
No, it's not that. An enemy has been killed.
Yeah, I thought I could make that and destroy the turret before I died, at least. Possibly even kill the enemy Coco. But clearly I overestimated the power of my laser. Which is why, of course, now I'm getting more health and attack speed on laser. I suppose returning to the discussion of why banana is ridiculous. I don't want to miss one of my kills. Yeah, I think the enemy Coco launched me forwards there. That was how I ended up behind the enemy team, which was exactly where I wanted to be.
Enemy structure neutralized. Deploying super droid.
And that was really annoying. I was coming up and tried to mine him, and he went down past the mine as I was laying it. So I wasted my invisibility. Yes, the thing about the ridiculousness of banana, because basically the thing is, Yuri's auto attack has some of the best DPS in the game, but that's offset by the fact that, like, usually you can't make such good use of that DPS because you have to stand still while you're using it. And banana potentially offsets that because, well, it doesn't matter as much if you're like a sitting duck, if you're just getting all your health back as fast as you're losing it. Hell, I want to watch that from the enemy Coco's perspective. Yeah. Maybe a bit lucky on my part, but I mean, she could see the mine and still hit it. And now this is the thing. Given the thing about knockback, I probably shouldn't do this and should get like range on laser. I mean, in general, range on laser tends to be favoured, but I don't know. I quite like trying to do without range on laser, and I really could have. Oh, I got him anyway, but I probably could have got him sooner and then not ended up dying there. Yeah, even though range on laser is the common kind of meta choice that everyone takes, I like trying to manage without it. Suddenly, if I don't feel a need to hang back from my opponents and kind of poke them from a distance, which I kind of don't here, because I pretty much expect that if I'm going to be doing any significant amount of damage with my laser, then they're going to be in close range. They're probably going to be like within my time warp, which is well within the base laser range. At which point, like, why do I need to add more onto that when I could just make it do more damage? On the other hand, as I was saying, there's the thing about knockback, so maybe I won't necessarily get so much use out of those extra points of maximum damage. Because also, I mean, droids will probably die too quickly. Oh yes, and then heal. I also sometimes like to try and manage with no heal on bubble. Particularly with banana, like, figure that maybe I can just use the lifesteal for my sustain. And that was a bit over-ambitious of me. Yeah, like, use the lifesteal for my sustain. And have something else on my bubble, like the extra slow.
One enemy has been killed.
I like the extra slow upgrades on bubble. It can get fairly ridiculous how little people can move, and of course then that feeds into the high power laser, because if they're super slowed down, then they can't really get away from it. But in this instance, I mean, I took piggy bank, so I don't have regen, and I'm getting kind of poked to death from a distance by Coco, and maybe Ted's airstrike, though I don't remember seeing a lot of airstrikes. He does have it. That's what I was checking.
One enemy has been killed.
Knockback ball. But it comes to... And... wasting the invisible there, but at least the enemy didn't get it. That was more the point.
My favorite kind of engine.
With that low health, I didn't really think I would be able to do anything with it, so better to just deny it to the enemy. And yeah, since both my teammates were dead there, even though I managed to get one kill in return, I figured it was best to just defend, keep the lanes clear, so that we didn't get our turrets pushed down.
No, it's not that. An enemy has been killed.
Yep. It did not look good for Ted. and is what I was about to say, and yeah, Coco kind of helped me out there. On the other hand, she may get away here.
No, it's
Nope, not
that.
quite,
Enemy
though
has
it
been
came
killed.
rather close. Now, this is something that I've always wondered about as well.
No pain, no gain.
I'm never entirely sure
Deploying
with
droid.
like the laser this powered up
Please report to the gift
if it's
shop
better
area.
to keep like hitting the turret with mines when possible. Can I get Ted? Yeah, it's better to keep. Yes.
An enemy has been killed.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he decided to drop down there. If he just jumped over here and like I couldn't necessarily have caught up to him quick enough. I mean, I was coming up here, so he would have been here while I was here. And I don't know if I could go fast enough to get him. But since he decided to drop down while I was coming up, mine to the face. Yeah.
Enemy structures.
Because obviously, the thing is, if I stop lasering to drop a mine on the turret, then the laser gets reset to just the
It's
base
not.
damage.
An enemy has been killed.
Whereas
That's what I call
obviously
a successful
the
business
mine adds
campaign.
a bit of extra burst. So I mean, obviously a hit from a mine is noticeably more than a single hit from the laser, but I'm not sure in terms of like the overall DPS. But regardless, we won. I went 17 and 9, which is why I'm kind of annoyed that the stats page doesn't show this. I think I got 16 kills as some naught or other, which it's showing as my most kills in a single match, which is obviously still good, but I'm slightly annoyed that the 17 has been forgotten. Apparently that's been fixed, but I think some bits of the stats are still kind of buggy. But, I mean, that was kind of expected, and should just report bugs where I notice them, and they will hopefully be fixed, and I can stop being annoyed. Regardless, I hopefully will continue making Awesomenauts videos in a more timely fashion, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.